All right. Hello again. This is my fifth video, I think. I haven't uploaded anything for about a week. No particular reason, just busy with work, with life, and everything. Uh, so I wanted to do more of a devlog for these kinds of videos, and I actually have like a small script here that I'm gonna kind of go through. But this is like more first time doing something like YouTube. Seriously, I guess I wouldn't say seriously, but I'm doing these as I'm looking for a job, something that's more permanent. So don't expect too much of these. Once again, these videos are more of a devlog for myself. I won't be going over any of like the code in depth all too much, if anything. I might show some of it, but I realistically don't expect me to like go into a full in-depth look at like, oh, this is how to use Godot or something. Anyways, once again, I'm using the Godot engine to create a video game for myself. Uh, for this one, I kind of wanted to show a little bit more of what I have done working on the game. And so I have a whole bunch of, I would say, neat things that I've created. At least I find cool to myself, right? And so I'll kind of get into them right now. I mentioned in my previous videos that I've worked on the movement. I'm going to show it off here in depth, but yeah, I really enjoy kind of how I've done it here. I went for for something 3D as of now, but in the future I may change it to be a top-down, tile-based 2D world. I'm not really sure where the project will shine better. But for now I'm doing a 3D world, and I have this movement. Kind of I kind of did the movement as like a grid-based, uh, not really grid-based, but I did it so that you move in increments of a certain amount. I kind of wanted to get like a bit of like how Inscription kind of does their movement whenever you do that. But that's how I have it. That's how I have it looking at the moment. The world is very bare. Mostly wanted to do some of the more, some of them, some of the. I wanted to do more on the systems that you would engage with a lot more when playing the video game. Couldn't find a better word for that. My God. But yeah. So I wanted to focus more on the combat aspects of it, and so I'm really working on the combat at the moment. Which, speaking of, I'm going to be showing that here as well. For the combat, I have it so that you can go towards an enemy. Realistically, when they're on the 3D environment, they'll move to you as well. God, can't talk. I swear. Gotta work on it, but whatever. But they'll move towards you, and once they come into contact with the player, you'll engage in combat. I have it so that players can select skills. Since it is turn-based combat, we're going to be kind of going through the array, or rather the turn order that I've displayed at the top there. So when it's an enemy's turn, they'll do their turn, they'll do their actions, and then they'll move on and on until it reaches the player character, or one of the player characters in your party. And I have just set up something basic. I have it so that you can select either to attack, use an item from your inventory, or attempt to run away. I have it so that you can actually select these skills, and I've set it up so that you can click on them with the mouse, uh, or you can cycle through them on the keyboard. As of now, it's very basic. You can't really tell what you're selecting, but it all kind of works how I intended it to. I do need to just update how I'm displaying these informations, but that's just work that I can do later on once I have the fundamentals done. And to be honest, I've kind of been working on this a little too much. Not really terms on the project, but on the combat itself. I have a slow pace that I will admit. But yeah, that's what I got so far. And I'm going to be continuing working on these on this combat system for the foreseeable future, at least for maybe I would say another 2 videos, maybe one, who knows. This is what I got so far. I do have to work a little bit on some menus. I don't have anything for like a pause menu. I don't have anything for an inventory system at the moment, uh, or for like the overall main game menu that you would realistically enter when you first boot up the game. But for now, I'm going to finish doing this where you can actually use the skills, because right now you can kind of select them, but it doesn't do anything. So yeah. But the reason why it's taking so long is that I don't really devote myself to the full programming of the game. I do the programming every so often, but I'm probably more of an artist than anything, which is crazy to say since I'm a programmer. But I guess in terms of video games, I haven't really done much video game programming. But it's mostly software that I've like I have like a college degree in. Still can't find work though. Yeah, I guess state of the world or something. But yeah, I've been working on stuff that isn't programming when I'm not working on this. It's still related to the video game. I'll have it displayed here, but this is like one of my newer artworks that I've made. It's a knight. I've spent a little too much time on it, to be honest, but I've been doing other stuff on the side, you know. This is just one of them that I've been displaying. But I just wanted to take a moment to talk about it. You know, I do these artworks every so often, and I do have a Blue Sky account that I post stuff on. It just has it's under the word shmig-uel. I don't know how I guess I'll show it here. But yeah, so if you want to see some of the artworks I do, you can go look there. You don't have to. I don't expect anyone to. But yeah, there's that. I wanted to say that I'm sorry for any like audio video issues that I'm having or that you see. You know, this views are like my first time. These videos are sort of like the first time I'm actually doing YouTube videos in general. So I'm not too used to working with like OBS to like make sure everything works amazing or that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry about like any spikes that you hear in the audio or if it sounds like really low or anything. Uh, I don't have like a professional microphone or anything. I don't plan to get one anytime soon or at all. So yeah, you're just stuck with me using a headphone microphone, or the little mic from the headphones. It's better to say. Sorry about if you hear like a bird squawk. I do have quite a few animals, and it gets very loud in the house. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm going to try to work a little bit more on the video game. So I'm thinking about just doing these videos every like 2 weeks, if any, just so I can spend a little bit more time working on the programming or the artworks, and so that I can have a little bit more breathing room when I'm going to edit these videos. Uh, Very bare minimum editing, but it's kind of like where I'm aiming at. And I kind of wanted to make it a bit more of a devlog, I guess, in terms of like what I'm doing. So I wanted to show a bit more of like the gameplay that I'm making, the overall changes that I made to the systems in the game. So that's kind of like why I'm doing these things. It's very hard to like not repeat any topics that I've covered, but I think that's about it for now. I gotta figure out a way to like take to basically go through these things without repeating the things I've already talked about, which I guess I'm gonna be horrible at. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. You Most of what you're looking at is kind of like a time lapse, just some coding that I'm doing, but it doesn't really. You can pause it, but I don't have anything in there that would probably help. Maybe I'll go over the coding that I'm doing in depth if it's something that's interesting, I suppose. But realistically, I'm just going to show this like the visual aspects of the game rather than anything else. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope I make another video, and I hope anyone watching is there for that, and I hope to God I finish this game or get a job or both, one or the other. Anyways, see ya.